What's going on, guys? Nathan with Technology Smash back with another video. Today I have an opening and unboxing. I'm hoping to a setup of the HomePod. So this just came in yesterday. This thing is huge. It's very, very heavy. I'm going to try not to knock off axis the camera here. It's going to be hard because my tripod is broken in a specific spot. So try to go around this. This thing is heavy. It's about 8.5 pounds, I think, is what the package was listed at for UPS when it shipped. So you can see super cool minimalistic design, just like they always have for Apple on the front. Just like a little sketched picture almost of the HomePod with HomePod at the top. On the side here, Apple logo. On the back, same HomePod. On the top, a top view of the HomePod, and then some information on the bottom. This just has like a classic sort of pull tab from Apple, so you don't have to cut anything, and the plastic all just sort of falls away. This thing is heavy, guys. I was amazed when, not only when I saw the shipping, but when it got here and I picked it up. This is one of those things from Apple that for me needed to be signed for. They weren't just going to drop it off because these are not cheap. The total, I think, after tax I paid was $374, $375, something like that. So the top lid looks like it just slides off. I don't know. It's so unwieldy right now just because it's heavy. Oh, okay, cool. So on the inside, it's just got like a padded cutout ring in there. Ooh, that is cool looking. Man, it is heavy too. Okay, so there's the HomePod. Let's set it to the side a little bit. And on the bottom of this, that the HomePod was sitting inside of, was a little information booklet that is also round. So really cool attention to detail, like always for Apple for their packaging. Gotta hand it to them for that, whether you hate them or love them. Some information in here on how to set up, and that just kind of slides into here. I'm sure that setup information is going to be easy to follow, but what I have heard is if you do not have an iOS device, you are out of luck, which is strange. You think they would let other people buy their product and be able to set it up, but whatever. You know how they are locking people in. So first impressions of the hardware. This is hard, like sort of foam. I thought it would be sort of squishy. It's not really at all. The bottom has a really nice rubber foot, feels really smooth. Let me see how much it grips the table really well, which obviously you would think it would. On the top here, it has a little plastic pull. Ooh, the best. That covers up the little screen and control pad up top. And then the cord is actually like a fabric material. That's pretty cool. The cord is directly connected to the HomePod. There's no detaching. I think the Google Home and like Mini and things like that. I got a Mini recently that came with my Pixel 2 for free, and I think it detaches like a micro USB, so if you ever need to replace it, you can. This is not going to be replaced, which is fine. I mean, other high-end speakers, it's not like they're replaced that way. And this is what it's supposed to be sold as far as I've seen, a high-end speaker. So that just unravels like this. Then the plug comes out. So it is just a 2-prong on the cord. Wow, this is a nice cable. It looks like it would be nice sitting on a shelf. Let me try plugging this in here and seeing what happens. Okay, so we got this animation going on right now. Sorry about that glare over there, but there's not much I can do about it right now. So it's cool little green swirling circle animation. So I'm gonna see what happens when this boots up. Whoa. That was an impressive noise. I have my headphones on plugged into my microphone right now, and that thing shook my whole table. It was just like a setup noise. You know what? This is probably the time where I usually don't, but need to look at the setup instructions. Yeah? So let's see. I think it was this first one here. Yep. Okay. So we have connect to Wi-Fi and turn on Bluetooth on your iOS device with the latest version of the OS. Hold your device near the HomePod, then complete the on-screen setup. Okay. So let's see what happens. So it says, so what we need to do first is to go into Bluetooth. So let's do that. Let's turn my brightness down so you can see it a little. Let's read that again. Oh, there it is. So classic Apple fashion. It just jumps right up. So let's hit setup. It wants me to install the Home app, which I don't have. I have to agree to all these terms and conditions, transfer these settings. You hear that noise it's making? Man, this thing is solid. Just the sounds alone it's making, like this setup, I can't wait to hear music on it. So a couple of the downsides, guys, to this is from what I've seen in other videos, the HomePod and The Verge has a really good review on this thing. It only lets you play Apple Music. It's connected by Siri. So you cannot change your streaming service to Google Play or to Spotify or any other services. I don't even think it lets you play like Pandora.
Hi, I'm Siri. Welcome to HomePod. You can't tell, but I'm waving. To get my attention, say, "Hey Siri."
Hey Siri.
Let's try it. Say, "Hey Siri, what can you do?"
Hey Siri, what can you do? Hey Siri, what can you do?
I can do lots of things, like turn on the lights, give you a news update, and tell you about the weather.
So it's
now
telling
you try.
me these things
Say, "Hey Siri,
as
play some
it's
music."
talking. Hey Siri, what is the forecast for Phoenix, Arizona?
It's currently partly cloudy and 62 degrees in Phoenix. Expect mostly cloudy skies starting in the afternoon. Today's high will be 78 degrees, and the low will be 62.
So pretty cool. It sounds just like a human being, which is nice. Some of the other, personal assistants sound very robotic. I know sometimes I hear Alexa, and she sounds strange. I don't have an Alexa device. I hear her at other people's houses, and sometimes she sounds human. It's weird. It's like it switches back and forth. Same with my Google Navigator. I don't know if any of you guys let me know in the comments if this has happened to you, because I don't know if I'm alone, but I'll be navigating with Google Maps and it will change voices to like a more human sounding voice and a robotic voice. So I'm not sure what that's about. I think it's set up already. All you do is open Bluetooth, connect when it pops up, which it did automatically. Excuse me. And you just hit connect and it syncs with your iOS information. It sounds like it's ready to go. Let me see again. Hey Siri. Oh, see, now it's trying to do it on my phone. I don't know how that. Hey Siri. Tell me a joke.
One moment. If I told you a joke in my language, I'd have to explain it.
Okay, so you saw that took a little second. I don't know if it'll get better over time if it's sort of like machine learning or whatever, but for it to just not tell me a joke, that's annoying. Hey Siri.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite color?
My favorite color is, well, I don't know how to say it in your language. It's sort of greenish, but with more dimensions.
So she really acts like a robot as much as possible. When you notice certain questions like that, you can ask, hey Siri, do you know Alexa?
This is about you, not me.
Hey Siri, do you know Google's Assistant?
I don't have an answer for that.
Okay, so other ones like Google Assistant will answer questions like that, and it will say like, oh, I know her, she lives in Cupertino or whatever. So I don't know if that's just because of the way I'm asking. Sometimes you just ask the question wrong, I guess, but it is what it is. So let's see. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. What can you do?
When you're listening to music, try saying, hey Siri, what's the name of this track? Hey Siri, I like this song. Or hey Siri.
So this is giving me specific music tips. And I'm not going to play a song right now just because I'll get flagged for copyright problems. Any song that plays, it might get flagged easily. So, hey Siri, what can you do?
Try one of these. Hey Siri, play the Drake song One Dance.
No, see,
Hey
it's just...
Siri, who's pitching for the Cubs today? Or hey Siri, set a 10-minute timer.
Okay, so that one's for a timer. So it does sound, it's interesting. It did ask for the Cubs game too. So far, it seems sort of geared towards asking music questions, which is good, and it's smart because the speaker sounds great so far. I'll do more, obvious testing and see how good it sounds like in my living room. From what I've heard and what I saw on The Verge, it has technology inside of it that has sensors to know every room you put it in, how close the walls are in proximity around it, so it can properly channel the sound to sound as best as possible. And as soon as you pick it up, it has an accelerometer in it, and it recalibrates that in whatever room you put it in. So that's pretty cool. This is very expensive. Here's like a little heads-up display that kind of... This thing is not cheap, and it's all about, from what I've seen so far, it's all about the sound quality. So I'll do some testing on this. You guys can feel free to ask any questions you have on this thing. I know it's kind of weird. This is going to be one of those things that not a lot of people probably get, or over time, maybe it'll start to get more popular. I don't know. Siri's not the best personal assistant. She's actually probably the worst one that I use, just for certain tasks. If you don't word it right, it just doesn't work out the way you want it to. I like Google now, and even with my Google Home and Home Mini, it's frustrating a lot of times to ask it questions, and that one is like the top tier. Alexa's pretty good too, from what I've seen and what I've used in the past. So yeah, so feel free to ask any questions. Whoa, that just started playing a song real loud. So feel free to ask any questions, you guys, and I'll try to answer them down below. But yeah, I think that'll just about do it this time. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Later.